Good. Whenever you're ready. Live. All right. All right. Shalom, shalom. All right. First and foremost, as always, we want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. All right. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit. And as always, we want to give a special peace and blessings and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. All right. A shalom to the brother Bashar, just made a comment. Like I said, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit. And peace and blessings and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. All right, we out here this week. We down by the water in Niagara Falls. All right. And Lord willing, we could bring you the word through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Shai. All right. And the main thing that, our job is to do is to try to bring this word to the elect. All right. So rather you go out to the highways and the byways, or rather you go to, like this would be considered like a byway. This will be more or less of a byway, because you still got the traffic that's coming through. People are mainly in cars though, because we buy downtown Niagara Falls, so the cars are passing by. But there's also a walkway, and things of that nature. But
it's mostly heathens out here today.
This is Heathen Central, But the main thing is, we speaking through the unicorn, and this word goes out to the elect. All right, that's what it's supposed to do. All right, so wherever you at, you can still watch brothers and tune in and get this knowledge. All right, so whatever you want to start with, you got it. If you got something through the spirit,
I got it. I'm not sure whether to start at 2nd Ezra 9 or 2nd Ezra 15.
Go to 9.
Yeah, we'll go to 9. 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter in the 1st verse. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
And that's our job as watchmen. Our job as watchmen is to measure the times and filter it through the Holy Scriptures. All right? You're always supposed to know what time you in. You're always supposed to know what's going on. Especially what's going on in the world, current events. You're not supposed to be asleep. Oh, I ain't even hear about that. Not saying you got to know about every single thing that happens, but if it's like a major thing that everybody in the world is talking about, if you in the truth, you're supposed to know about that.
You at least got to have those old school antennas. You at least got to get the dial close to where you could see some of the picture, man.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because if people in the world talking about it and you in the truth, you're supposed to be a watchman. You're supposed to know about it too. If it's something major, that don't mean you got to know every little thing that happened, but a part of measuring the times is keeping up on current events and knowing what's going on. Like, for instance, a good example is Trump sending the National Guard into these different cities. If you in the truth, you're supposed to know about that, because that's going to ultimately lead to Jacob's trouble as a whole.
Yeah, that's one of the things that made me bring out 2nd Ezra 9, because we'll eventually get to it. But I was scrolling on the social media, and there's a lot of videos coming out. There's this ICE protest going on at the headquarters in Portland, and they were throwing protesters to the ground. The protesters were fighting back, and Trump saying he's sending troops there next.
Yep, and that's, they even said I just did a video on it. They said they're gonna have ICE at the Super Bowl, because Bad Bunny is performing, the Ephraimite, which he's pretty much one of the biggest artists in the world concerning the Northern Kingdom tribes. All right, he's a huge artist, man.
Yeah. A lot of people they look at these ones that are here in America, like a lot of these rappers and shit. But Bad Bunny is like huge around the world.
Yeah,
he's like a global, more
of
like
a
global thing.
Yeah, he's a global dude. To the point where he even stopped performing in the US because they had ICE coming to his concerts, but he could afford not to come here and tour. Some artists can't do that. He just said, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna perform in America no more. I'll perform overseas. I'll perform over here." But the point is, the Lord is targeting the Northern Kingdom too. Like I said in the video I did, the Most High has Esau covering all 12 of the tribes with the National Guard going into these different cities, and with ICE basically monitoring the Northern Kingdom. That's how the Lord has it. Go ahead.
And it's his kingdom, man.
Yep.
You know, Apostle Gabar made that video about these Jakes trying to come up against these devils, man. Good luck with that.
Yeah, it's his kingdom. It's his blessing, which is the sword, which he's getting ready to use against you niggas. Y'all heard what Stephen Miller said, right? He said, if they think they're big and bad, wait till we the ones that's big and bad. He said, we got the entire United States bagging us up. He said, what do they have? He's talking to you tribes, man.
And the brother Bashar just brought up Jeremiah 30:7 about Jacob's trouble, man. It's gonna be in full swing very soon.
Yep. And you could kind of say that these little cities that they doing is they doing little mini test runs. Yep. How they gonna respond? Until Esau fully goes up in there.
What do they call it? Soft martial law.
Yeah.
You know, because it's a lot easier just to control a few cities than to control all of them. But this is back in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, and the 3rd verse. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and there's a lot of uproars going on right now, man. The UK is going crazy with the protests. That one nation, I forgot. It's some third world country where they basically burned down the damn government building, government capitol building, and the president had to flee out of an emergency helicopter.
Yeah.
They had his bodyguards hanging onto the bottom of the helicopter, flying away, man. I forgot the name of that. It might have been Algeria. But you know,
uproars of the people. That's the sign, right? That's one of the signs.
All these protests going around. Okay, because even the MAGA people are starting to do what's known as counter protests against the ICE protests. There's fights going on. People are just upset about everything going on. And it's not just here in Babylon, even though this is the heart of where the Israelites are. It's all over the world. You know, France, they dissolved their government and they were burning buildings down and rioting and shit. Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So we shouldn't be surprised when these things are happening. We shouldn't be getting all upset. Okay, because we were told that this was going to happen, man.
Yeah, you got to more so be prepared for it.
Yes.
You got to be prepared for it. I always say you can't be a man of the Lord that's out here prophesying, and then when things hit the fan, you bitch up and you want out.
Yeah, you're supposed to expect it.
The scriptures say if you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small. So you're supposed to be ready for the things that's coming to this place. You know, because we all know that it's going to get real uncomfortable out here. You know, so you got to prepare your spirit. Go ahead.
For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
And the end is manifest, meaning it's destined to come. All right, get Ezekiel 7, you know.
And the scriptures say that Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Yeah, so if you an Israelite in this truth, then you know that our world is coming. Our time is coming.
So you shouldn't be upset if you know, because you may lose people that are close to you once this judgment happens. You know, your life may be shaken up a little bit.
You're gonna lose people. You're gonna lose people. The Lord ain't gonna save everybody in your family. So yeah, you're gonna lose people. You know,
friends, people you might have known your whole life. You know,
yeah.
All kinds of shit is gonna be going on. Ezekiel 7:1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, also, thou son of man, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, unto the land of Israel. And the end is come upon the four corners of the land. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations.
Yeah, like I said, the end is manifest. So this is the Lord talking to the house of Israel, all right, letting you know that when he does bring this end, he's going to judge you according to your abominations. And right now, all our people is into folly, wickedness, slumber, okay? A lot of them are just still partying and bullshitting, which is nothing wrong with having a good time, but a lot of our people don't even know they fucking nationality still, man. The majority of them don't. They don't know who their power is. They don't know what they're supposed to do and what they're not supposed to do. They're getting ready to enter into this heavy holiday season, where it's holiday after holiday after holiday, so-called holidays. You got Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day, Easter. It's one after the other. October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Then May, you got Mother's Day.
Yep.
Then June, you back in the summer. With all, you know, so it's getting ready to be a high season of idolatry.
Yep.
And the Lord is going to judge a lot of our people because of that.
And it's distraction season.
Like we just
Football, basketball,
yeah,
all the Christmas video games coming out, man.
we just came off the Day of Atonement. You know?
Yep.
So it's, you know, you're supposed to be like a fresh start with your spirit, man. You atone for your sins. Now you're supposed to get that fresh start where you're able to, you know, get that boost.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man, that was the best. That was the best spiritual day of it. That was the best day of atonement I had since I've been in the truth, man.
That was the best one for me too. It was so easy. It was so easy, man. I didn't. Normally I'd be like, damn, I'm thirsty. It's never really the food. It's like, damn, you want something to drink. The food part be easy, but you like, damn, I just want some water. But to me, this was it was the easiest one. Which if it was easy, I would consider it one of the best ones.
And I came off it really good, and and most of the weight that I lost, I kept off.
Yep.
You know, a lot of that water weight, a lot of that inflammation.
Mm-hmm. And I was talking to two of my friends in the world, and
they act like you're crazy if you would do something like that.
They was like, you know, I showed them what I was eating. And I said, yeah, I just came off of a fast. No, I didn't get all into it. I just said I didn't eat or drink for 24 hours. Oh, you didn't eat or drink for 24 hours?
They act like you're gonna die.
And that's what one of them said. I'd die. I would die. You know, hey, that just shows you how weak. And I told him, I said, if you can't eat for a day, you weak. You know? But that's how so imagine if a famine really hits this place. Then if they don't eat for a day, they're gonna bug the fuck out, man.
I've been practicing intermittent fasting a few days a week. You know? It's good. It's good. It helps build you up. It keeps you healthy. It helps your body clean itself.
Mm-hmm.
And it prepares you mentally for the times that are coming. A lot of these people forget 24 hours or even 18 hours. They can't even go 12 hours without eating.
Right.
They lose their damn minds because all the processed carbs and all that shit that they put in the food, man, to make it addictive.
Get Matthew 24 where it says a famine. Where the disciples asked the Lord, and he said it shall be a famine and pestilences, because that's what's coming, a famine. So a lot of people, they're not going to be able to eat. You're not going to be able to feed your children. You're not going to be able to go to the grocery store and spend $200 on groceries. Every man, like it says in 2 Ezra 15, there's going to be, matter of fact, get that one. The lack of bread. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor for the lack of bread. So you should be able to go a day or two without eating food, you know, or drinking something. You should be able to do that.
Or at least practice yourself to eat some damn smaller meals, man, because we ain't gonna be. This ain't gonna. What's
it ain't gonna be the buffet.
Yeah.
It's no longer gonna be the American buffet. This is the most fucking Slovakia. This is the most fucking obese place on the planet.
You're not gonna be full no more, man.
A lot of nations don't. A lot of nations, when they serve, they don't serve like how they do over here. Over here, you get big ass servants, man. they overfeed you to where the point where you get the spirit of being a glutton on you, man.
And they wonder why there's, especially Jake, because Jake has by far the highest amount of type 2 diabetes here in Babylon, man.
Sugar,
Yep.
all the sugar in the foods, all the sugar in the energy drinks. You know, we try to get the less sugar ones. You know, we try to get
the no sugar.
We try to
ones.
get the 10 calories, maybe a little 5 grams of sugar. You know, but you shouldn't be sucking down no fucking monsters, man. All right, you shouldn't be drinking Coca-Cola.
And them Red Bulls
Okay.
and all that shit.
Yeah, Red Bulls and shit, man. If we see each other, we gonna judge each other. If y'all see me with a Coke or a Pepsi, you should say something. Because if I see you with, man, bro, what the fuck you doing drinking Pepsi, man? That shit's got 69 grams of sugar. That shit'll clean the rust off your bumper, man.
Forget McDonald's, man. I see a brother with McDonald's. I'm like,
Yeah,
what, are
man.
you in another camp or something?
Yeah, you gotta, certain things, if we see each other eating, you gotta say something, man. You know? Don't just be doing anything. You got McDonald's with a Pepsi. You know, brothers ain't supposed to be doing that, man. You gotta be better than that. Go ahead, though. Let me get that. He posted it too, 15 and 19, but you can read it.
This is 2nd Ezra 15, and we'll start at 17. Actually, 16.
All right, go ahead.
15. Fuck it, right?
15 and 15.
2nd Ezra 15 and 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another.
Yeah, this is talking about the general public. This ain't talking about just Jake. This is talking about the general public, the people in society. All right? Because the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahshai is going to send a famine. All right? And it's going to cause people to fight. Okay? Go ahead.
They shall not regard their kings nor princes. And that's a big one, man.
That's a
You
big
already
one.
got people that refuse to listen to Trump.
Yep.
You had protesters out there burning flags, right? And you had, what was it, this thing where Trump made this announcement that pregnant women shouldn't take Tylenol. And even though he was quoting a study from Harvard, which is one of the major universities in the whole world, people heard it out of Trump's mouth, and all these pregnant women started going on TikTok and Twitter and taking handfuls of fucking Tylenol, man. These stupid liberal fucking women,
It's
man.
crazy. Hey, there's a documentary, Salaki, there's a documentary on Netflix called, I think it's called Tylenol. And they were showing how back in the day, it was a certain period of time where people were just dying from it. They were just dying from taking it. But it was like a little phase where people would, they was putting shit in it. But
It'll kill your liver.
yeah. So you gotta have the little, cause hey, we ain't perfect, but sometimes we have little remedies and shit. Hey, a brother might take an aspirin. It's not an order that say you shall not take an aspirin. You might be at work, you got a fucking migraine, you might take an aspirin. But brothers have remedies because the Lord said He created medicines out of the earth. We understand that a lot of Esau's his pharmaceuticals are it's just to soothe it. It's not gonna cure it. It's called miracle drugs, where it just soothes you for a minute.
Or it shuts off certain sensors.
Yeah.
So that you don't feel the pain.
But it's not really fixing the problem.
The problem's there.
Yeah. It'll make you feel better, but that issue is still there. So lucky, we got a little off, but go ahead.
2nd Ezra 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able.
Yeah, martial law. Like we said, right now they got the National Guard doing these soft samples of martial law, going into these cities, attacking Jake, making you the new face of violence and terrorism and things of that nature.
Yeah, there's a lot of psyops that goes along with it.
Putting you in the news and painting you a certain way. But pretty soon it's going to be martial law on the average citizen, no matter what nation of people you are. America's going to be in a full state of martial law. and there's gonna be nothing you could do about it. You're gonna see tanks on the streets, military vehicles, military ready to eat meals. They passing them out, portioning out food, giving you a curfew, you know, telling you what you can and can't do.
Yep.
You know, that's how you know it's gonna be a full state of martial law. Go ahead.
Man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And how many people actually garden these days? Okay. How many people actually garden these days, or have
Well, go to Chat GPT and ask how many people garden. What is the percentage of people who garden in 2025? If you put the year in there, because there's a fucking gas station and a coffee shop and a fast food restaurant on every corner.
And nobody has a good relationship with their neighbors anymore. Because according to my grandparents, that's one of the things that made people come together during the Depression. You know, was closest with their neighbors. You know, somebody had something that you didn't have, or had a skill.
They would use each other in a friendly way. But yeah, people ain't gardening.
And then they got these little ass gardens that really ain't gonna last them.
Can't do nothing.
And then people are gonna jump in your backyard and just take your shit.
Yeah, rob you, steal from you. And you know people really don't garden like that in America. I mean, you may see certain people doing it, but you don't see it like you used to see it back in the day, man. Did it say anything?
It's including lawn care as gardening. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these?
Lawn care ain't no fucking
the most
garden.
advanced AI in the world, man. And they want to integrate it into the damn military and all your phones.
Unless you could type in plant foods, you know, instead of gardening. How many people plant their own food?
Some sources claim 35 to 40%. I don't think that's true at all.
No.
I don't think that's. Sorry, Chat GPT. You got a big margin of error.
Gardening could be different things, but planting food is more in depth. But we live in this society, so we don't really see that.
They probably think if you got fucking flowers in your yard that.
Yeah, that's gardening. Yeah, we talking about foods, just foods that you eat, not things that you plant. But I guess that could be considered gardening too. But anyway, yeah, this place is gonna be under strict orders of martial law with civil war going on, where people are gonna fight against each other because they have no food. All right, and Esau is gonna take that food away, and it's gonna be used as a weapon, because food is a weapon.
And he wants to be seen and worshipped as a god, and that's when he's gonna institute the MOTB, which is the sea hit, man.
Which is coming to a neighborhood near you.
They're building the infrastructure. What was it, that Genius Act with the crypto stable coins? It's getting into. I mean, Bitcoin just hit. I believe it almost hit 125,000 the other day, and it's looking like it's about to start pumping again. And now all the second and third and fourth and fifth ones are starting to rise now.
Yeah, all roads lead to the chip. You see these different blockchains and crypto and all of that, building this and building that. Hey, they are gearing it up towards the mark of the beast. All right, it's all going to be in the digital. The system is going to be digital.
Oh, the UK with the digital ID.
Yep.
We should. That's serious, man. Hey, Starmer, what's his name? Starmer.
He said, pull it up. Google search it. Let's see if we can get an article on it. Because it might be some good information in there where we could read it, filter it through the scriptures. Because that's a big thing. Because a lot of times, a lot of countries overseas, they're more advanced with the chip. They're some countries, they already have it to where they just use it like it's nothing. Certain parts of Switzerland and them type of nations, countries, they using it already. You found something? Go ahead.
The UK government, ChatGPT, has announced the digital ID will be mandatory for right-to-work checks by the end of the present parliament.
Not to mention, Salakia, not to cut you off, but in America, the federal government just cut off paper checks. They was doing that for a minute, where they'll give you a paper check. They're not doing that no more. They cut the paper checks off.
Only for select individuals under certain circumstances. Government statement says digital ID will be mandatory for right-to-work checks. This will stop those who with no right to be here from being able to work. Starmer has been quoted as saying, "You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that." Wow.
So if you got a job and you say, "I don't want it," that means you can't work. You can't provide. You can't feed your family. And that's what they're going to do in Babylon when they come with that chip. I
got the same notification.
You can't work. So now what are people going to do? Oh, I need to feed my family. You got to get that digital ID. Next thing you know, it's going to be you got to get that chip. Go ahead.
It says interpretation and caveats. The proposal is that the digital ID becomes the standard way to verify someone's eligibility to work. It does not necessarily mean that everyone will immediately be barred from all work, because remember, this is the serpent, man. He's subtle. Okay? He's subtle in the way that he does things. He likes to phase things in.
Yeah.
It does not mean necessarily that everyone will immediately be barred from all work the moment they lack a digital ID, because this is still a policy under development, not fully law yet. The government says people won't have to carry the ID physically or be asked to produce it in all contexts. Also, the digital ID is intended to replace or augment the existing identity document checks. So in short, Starmer's proposals do imply that eventually not having a digital ID would prevent legal work.
Pay attention before you fall off your bike, Esau.
See, that's the thing. This word, it gives off a vibration, man, to these people.
She almost fell. Old ass Edomite. Her husband would have yelled at her.
Not because it would be required for the formal right to work checks, but as of now, there's no law that does that.
So sometimes what they'll do is they'll push things, then they'll soft push things.
Phase it in.
Phase it in, yeah. But you can see this society going towards a different direction, man. It's going towards a different direction to where the elite, they want all the power. Like the famous Aaron Russo, when he said, I asked Rockefeller, you got all the money, you got all the power, what more could you want? And he said, total control over the people. We want to know where you at. We want to know what you eating. We want to know your transactions. Like y'all said, they want to be Esau wants to be a god. He wants to be a god, man.
Let me get that. 2 Thessalonians.
Yeah, he wants, and he really wants to control the Israelites, the apple of the Lord's eye. He wants completely control over those people, the true Israelites. But that's not going to happen.
Now I'm going to read this verbatim, okay? Because we really don't, when we see Jesus in the scriptures, we always, say Yahweh Shai. And when we see God, we don't really read it as God. We gotta say
my drink real quick.
The Most High or Yahweh. Okay, this is 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Because even just a couple decades ago, man, or even just a decade ago, or even 5 years ago, people didn't understand who the devil was here on the earth. But now everybody is starting to realize that it's Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, right? So everything that they push out there, every trend that they push out there, every that so be it that they put out there, right? He tries to control the narrative. He tries to control the people's thoughts. Like, look at what he does with that evolution bullshit. He's got it teaching in the colleges now, man. He's literally has a whole generation of young people thinking that they came from some fucking monkeys. Okay, which is absolute bullshit. And then they'll say that Neanderthals died off because their heads were too big, but yet we supposedly have smaller heads than the fucking Neanderthals, right? So how did the monkeys go from having little ass heads to huge heads, and then we got down in between? It shit don't make sense, man. And then they say all kinds of stupid shit like fish were having sex with apes and all kinds of dumb, stupid shit, man. It's because it's the philosophies of the ungodly. Okay? Who opposeth all and exalteth himself above all that is called God, and or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Okay? Because he wants to be known as a God in the earth. What he says goes. Okay? His philosophies are what you got to think and believe. Okay? You got to worship his technology. The new AI God is getting put into play. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now ye... You want me to read that verse again?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 4, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
Yeah, that's the spirit that he, the scriptures tell us in Obadiah that the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. So his pride has deceived him and led him to believe that he can actually defeat the Most High, that he can actually upset the prophecies of the Lord, that he can actually somehow, here it is, you're the clay, you're just a lump of fucking clay, and you believe that you gonna look up at the potter and tell him what you're gonna do. that's the scenario that Esau is in. You're just a clump of clay on the table, man. And Yahweh is the potter. He has the right to do whatever he wants to with you. He simply created you to be the vessel of dishonor and the wicked that the Bible speaks of. But at the same time, the Lord deceived you. The deceived and the deceiver is his. He deceived you to lead you to believe that you could defeat him. And he did that just so he can take your ass down, man. So Esau is so prideful that he believes that he can defeat the Lord. Now, how much pride do you have to believe that? You got to have a lot of pride, man. So that's why he believes that he can sit in the temple of Yahweh and think that he is Yahweh. Go ahead.
2 Thessalonians 2 and 5, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things?
Mm-hmm.
And now ye know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in this time.
Hey, that's what he's being revealed in this time. Right now, through the mouth of the prophets. Okay, that's how this man is truly being revealed, through the mouth of the prophets of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, man. He's being revealed, he's being exposed. And the one thing that we're doing that actually hurts him the most is calling him an Edomite, calling him the biblical Edomite, calling him the house of Amalek. Putting on his true nationality that he's been trying to escape through, for years. Because that's the last thing Esau wants, is to be called an Edomite. That's why dudes like vocab, the Edomites are done away with. And a lot of people say the Edomites ain't done away with. All right? The scriptures tell us, like Yash quoted, Esau is the end of the world. So they have to be here. We look at them every day. We look at them in everyday life. We see Edomites, man.
In positions of power, same level as us, below us.
Yep. See low-level Edomites, little higher-level Edomites,
And everything in between.
And the elite, the ones that don't want to be seen, you don't really see them unless they want to be seen.
And this time of year, I mean, not to go too much off topic, especially being in a tourist city like this, these fucking East Indians will drive you crazy this time of year too, man.
Yeah. They seem so fucking stupid and fragile.
Those are the most beta males you could ask for.
No, those ain't the people.
I know I went a little off topic, but they've been fucking getting on my nerves lately, man.
And they stink.
Mm-hmm. And they talk funny.
Everything. They're everything a heathen could be. You know?
And you got Moab, who beats out Esau when it comes to his gross cuisine, eating
But we
bugs
really
and
don't.
shit.
Yeah, see, me personally, I'll eat damn. Fuck. I don't really eat Elam's food. But I'll eat, you know, the Indian food, man. Why the hell can I think of the nation? What's wrong with me?
Moab.
No.
You won't eat Moab's food, but you
No,
eat
no.
Elam's food.
No, I said I don't eat Elam's food like that. You know, we got the Indian restaurants on the corner.
Yeah.
That's
Elam.
but that's also what's the name's food too?
Ishmael.
Ishmael, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why it had a brain fart, man. But nah,
That's
that
similar.
Yeah, similar food. Some of his Elam mixed with, you know, Ishmael. You know, they be having some decent food though. You know. But even the food that Moab serves, Jake, Moab don't eat that shit. Moab don't be eating the sweet and sour chicken and the general. So they don't eat that shit, man.
Fried in a big pan of oil.
They if you ever walked into a Moab restaurant, which back in the day I used to eat Chinese food and shit. You see them eating something totally different. They might have some hot soup or something, you know. But you don't never walk in there and see them eating what Jake likes to order, orange chicken. You know, they don't be eating that, man.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Back in the day, before we were in the truth, we used to think that was healthy for us. That's how naive and simple we were.
Yep.
That's
was we
how
at?
fucking naive and simple we were. I'm going to go down to verse 8. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed. And that wicked is in capitals, man. It's not talking about just any wicked person. It's talking about a nation of wicked people, the children of the wicked.
Yeah, these people, these devils right here, man. You know?
Who is Esau, Edom?
He's talking about these devils. All right? Who's in power. These are the ones that's at the head of the summits. You know, these are the ones that create the laws, and they do all types of shit behind closed doors. You know? Go ahead.
And this is, man, and this has been a perpetual hatred. This ain't been nothing new. This didn't start here in America, man. All right, these devils have had a perpetual hatred for us. Can I get the? Actually, let me finish this verse and we'll get that. And was it Ezekiel 35?
Yeah.
This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, because everybody's figuring out who the devil is now, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth,
Via the prophets.
and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, right? With all power and signs of lying wonders. And now that AI is becoming mainstream, we could really visualize that coming to fruition, manifesting itself.
On a small scale today, you know, my son has some basketball pictures, and I edited them. You know, he was at his basketball game, and this is just you know, shooting shit for AI's sake. And I was using the Gemini app, and you know, one of his pictures, he was in a small gym, and I put it to where you could put a crowd behind him.
Yep.
And it looked real as shit. You couldn't even like some AI, you can be like, oh, that's AI. Nah, this one was like, it was real. And I sent it to him. He was like, oh, you know, but he wasn't there. So that's like a small form of a lying wonder. You know, some of these things this AI is gonna get so crazy, man, that it's like that now. You can't really tell what's real or fake with certain levels of it. So you know, Esau's gonna use it on the left-hand side, man, because he's the devil.
Even
You know?
even Trump's been posting shit on his social media of him and JD Vance playing the fucking drums and
Yeah, dumb shit. But on a serious note, they're gonna use it on a higher level to deceive people, man. Before you get that one in Ezekiel, go to Amos 1 and 11.
Yep.
That's a good one too, where it says he kept his wrath forever. And that's why Esau is coming down on the tribes now, because that perpetual hatred and that wrath, you know, these, like I said,
we ain't brought this out in years, I don't think.
These different ICE agents, hey, when they out there hunting the Northern Kingdom, they're into that shit, man. They love it. They smell blood. They get adrenaline rushes, man. The National Guard troops that's running up in these different cities hunting Jake, they love that shit, man.
They just went on a big raid the other day And in one day they got 300 in this giant apartment complex, and then like 2 days later they got 1,000.
And some of those people that they snatching up are actually legals, man. Like all them people ain't just illegal. Once they snatch them up, like you might get snatched the fuck up, beat up, and then they find out you legal, they might let you go. But you still going through the fucking pain and suffering and torture.
You might have to go to court and provide all kinds of documents.
Yeah, because all these devils see, oh, look, he's a Latino. Go get him. You might have your fucking papers, man. But you might be around some people, your family members that's not legal, but you legal, so they snatch your ass up too. But going back to what I was saying, man, these devils, they actually love to do that type of shit, man. They love hunting you jakes. It's something in their spirit to where they get off by doing that. They love it. That's why they rounded so many of them up, man. Go ahead.
This is Amos 1:11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity.
And you see a form of that now, him pursuing his brother with the sword. You know?
When you got all these people that want to try and everybody should come together as one and we could have world peace. You people are fucking gone, man.
Yeah, and Yahweh Shai, right now, we're in the time of war. There's a season and a time for everything, and right now we're in the time of war. Ain't no fucking peace, man. Go ahead.
Because he did pursue his brother with the sword.
It's all good.
And did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever.
That's what we wanted. That was the key point. And he kept his wrath forever. You know? And that's what he's doing. He's showing you that his anger is perpetual by the things he does to you, by the neighborhoods he puts you in. You know, your grocery store's produce. It ain't like the Edomite produce. You know? you gotta go to the Edomite neighborhoods to get the good produce. But your produce in your neighborhood is ran down. Okay? The streets in your neighborhood are got potholes and sinkholes all in them. You know? You got all the bullshit in your neighborhood. 5 liquor stores, 100 churches that's trying to teach you that you a Christian. You know? Everything to distract you and keep you off your balance, man. They let the other nations come up in the ghettos and pretty much make their own little fucking communities and shit, man. Surrounding Jake by confusion.
Yep.
But when you go out the Esau shit, they don't allow that shit, man. They like they shit gated, peaceful. Only certain people can move in. You know, it's gonna be a certain percentage. Yeah, now we good.
But yeah,
voicemail. There we go, we good.
What were we getting at? The
Edomites.
Well, yeah, but yeah, those Edomite neighborhoods, man. You gotta have everything's gotta be in a certain way.
What they call them, HOAs or something like that.
Yeah.
In them neighborhoods, they have the HOA. If you don't cut your grass, they have the HOA.
That's what I was about to get at, man.
Knock on your, hey, you gotta cut this grass, man, or you get kicked out. Your grass gotta be a certain amount of inches.
Or your neighbors start looking at you weird.
Yeah, they start looking at you funny.
Talking about you, drinking fucking beer, drinking Budweiser.
Them rich Edomite neighborhoods, man, they don't play that.
Man, there's one of the guys that lives a couple blocks from me. I seen him. He's like fucking 90 years old, Edomite. He looks like he could die any fucking second. He's out there in the summer with a sheet of cardboard and shit, making sure that all his grass is the exact same fucking. Now I get that, you know, you want to level your shit, but damn, man, he's on the ground for 3 hours sweating his balls off. It looks like he's not even gonna get back up ever. Think of it, you got grandkids, Esau. You gotta think about them grandbabies. Well, guess what? Your grandbabies and your great grandbabies, they're going to be destroyed and come back as slaves, man.
Yep. Because this, you know, we're in a time now where, get Job 14 real quick. The joy of a hypocrite is but for a moment. You know, so we in a time now where you Edomites, this is your last hurrah. This is your last, you know, this is your, like we used to say back in the day, man. Enjoy your kingdom. My brother used to go max out your credit cards. Enjoy your kingdom. You know, but you know back then, you know, we was in that spirit, you know. But now it's like, hey, it's even more clear, cause it ain't much left here, man. This shit, it ain't even circling the drain no more. It's down the fucking toilet almost. Go ahead.
This is Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Yep. That means he has a certain time frame where he can't go past. You know, and right now he's pretty much at that line. That's why these Edomites are doing particular things, because they know their time is short.
If anything, he's in overtime.
Yeah, he's an OT.
He's an OT. Sudden death. All it's good. Hey, it pretty much is sudden death overtime, man. Because all it's going to take is one incident.
Yeah, one double F, man, and it's on and popping.
Mm-hmm.
It's on. And if Esau wants to implement something or pass something, he's gonna create the problem, reaction, and solution. The pressure from above and the pressure from below. He gonna create that shit, man.
If you notice, one of the big things over there in Europe, we already talked about what's going on in the UK, is controlling the internet, man. Creating these digital IDs, because they're tired of people having free speech on the internet. And now you remember what happened with, you know, CK, Mr. Kirk. Okay. You know, we ain't going to talk too much about him. It's irrelevant.
Well, basically,
the Senate was talking about how to prevent these things from happening in the future. They're going to have to start clamping down more on social media, what people can post.
And because what happens is they get exposed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could be a regular dude in the world. Like, that's how the Lord has it. The Lord has it to where some of these Edomites are exposing their own people, their own society.
Yep.
Oh, look at this camera angle. Look what happened here, and that should be making sense. You know? But they just use that dude to basically pass certain laws on free speech and things of that nature, man.
And to rile up,
to scare people,
to rile up the false Christians, man.
Yeah.
You're sitting there getting all riled up over a guy that eats pork and shaves his face, who don't know nothing about the scriptures.
Yep. And one of the biggest fear tactics that Esau uses is losing your job. People are afraid to lose their jobs because they know that they can't provide. That's why when the CV hit in 2020, they said if you don't particular jobs, if you don't get this, then you're gonna lose your job. So people fucking
we have a brother in our camp who lost his job.
Yep. So people put shit in their bodies, man, because they didn't want to lose their job. The Lord will give you another fucking job, man, just like he gave you the one you at. If you obey the Lord and don't go against his will, he'll take care of you, man. Don't let these devils hit you with no fear. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 65:13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Because during that time, you're going to have to depend on the Lord. It's either depend on the Lord or take that mark and receive it.
And you already, if you know the scriptures, man, you know that the Lord said he got you.
Mm-hmm.
So don't get all fucking scared and shit, man.
Have any trusted in the Lord and been confounded?
Yeah, man. Like, I could see if it didn't give us no answer. Like, oh, well, it don't say in the scriptures that he was going to look out. Like, it says it, bro. He got you. Just don't bow, man. It's all a test. This whole thing is a test, man, for the men of the Lord. Go ahead.
Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit.
Yeah, like at my job, I work in a hospital now, and it's going in the flu season. So now you see all the little stations, they giving out the flu jabs.
Yep.
And our supervisor, which is funny, he just called me while we streaming, and he said, did everybody sign the paper? And I was like, yeah, I signed it, because if you don't want to get the flu jab, you gotta sign a piece of paper, and starting next month in November, you gotta wear a mask everywhere where there's patients. You know, so basically they gonna have, I gotta wear a mask where it's patients. But that's better than getting a flu jab in you, because at least you could pull it down. You know what I'm saying?
It's only where there's patients.
Yeah. So but brothers shouldn't be getting that shit, man. All right. Did you get your flu shot? Fuck out of here with that shit, man. Take that shit and then you get sick. That's why the Lord gave us an immune system, man. You fight off stuff like that, man. But Esau wants to constantly, and put different syrups in you all the time, man. And some people some people in this society, man, they be proud of that. Like, yeah, I got mine. Yeah, I got it. They're proud to, be guinea pigs, man, for this man.
To be fucking just slaves. They have a slave mentality.
I seen this girl today online.
Totally brainwashed, totally controlled.
Yeah, like, because you said a slave. I seen this girl today online. She's always bragging that she's working double shifts. Bragging. Oh, I'm working doubles. I'm getting money. So today she had a day off, and she puts on her social media, this is what it feels like to have a day off. This sucks. So you love being a slave, man.
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't want a day off from work? If you in your right mind, you want a fucking day off, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you in your right mind. When it's your day off, you like, hell yeah, man, it's my day off. Like, my days off are Sunday and Monday. I'm happy as hell I ain't got to go to work for the next 2 days, man. But ain't no way I'm going to be happy,
I don't even want to go in tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't.
There's no way I'm going to be, mad that I got a day off of work, man. Nah, man, that's people's minds are programmed, man.
The rat race.
Yeah. But where was we at?
I finished that in Isaiah 65. I'm gonna bring this out because I was holding this. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice.
How you doing?
Hello. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
Mm-hmm.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Yeah, he knoweth that he have but a short time. All right? The Edomites be trying to ear hustle and shit, man. But yeah, that's why he's doing these different things, man. That's why he's coming up with these different legislations and laws and all the things that he's doing, trying to hurry up and forward his agenda. Because he knows that he's on a time schedule. So he's got to try to get his shit done, He got to try to get it done. And that's why he's coming down with great wrath upon the tribes.
That's why he has all these councils where they plan things like Agenda 2030 and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he has all these financial forecasts and things like that, and outlooks.
Hey, all of this geese feces out here, and fucking Edomite walking barefoot, man. I mean, come on, man. We down here by Niagara Falls. There's a 200 geese over there, man.
Seagulls. Too.
And all you see is they feces around here, and you got an Edomite walking barefoot. Disgusting, man.
I mean, I fuck with the geese. They're cool, but you ain't gonna walk around here bare feet.
Yeah, barefoot, man.
You end up getting some worms or some shit.
Edomites are nasty, man. It's the wrong place to be walking barefoot.
and you got a path where you don't have to.
Yeah. I could see if you was in your yard or something. Sometimes it's good for your feet to touch the grass. You get that connection from the earth. But you do that in particular places, man.
Not when there's
bird. It's literally
bird shit every fucking.
It's bird feces everywhere.
Every 2.5 inches.
Yeah. And she gonna go back home and put her feet on her husband.
Probably walk around the house like that.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, we just talking our junk, man, having fun with it. It's a beautiful thing to be able to have this understanding, seriously, because you're not lost.
So he's the basest of men.
Yeah, he's the basest of men.
He's the lowest of the low, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's why in the kingdom, that when the nightmare is finally over, we're gonna be like, man, the Most High really did put the worst ruler of the world that he possibly could at the end of the world.
The lowest of the low. And when you
lowest of
really
the
think
low.
about it in the spirit, he did that to embarrass us.
And he's actually a clever devil, because he has these people convinced that this is how people should live.
Mm-hmm. The Most High said, I'm gonna put
especially 2/3 of you jakes.
He said, I'm gonna put the dumbest and the bases over you to embarrass you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he did. Put us in a completely low state. You know?
You fucking devils, man.
I had a, like I said, the devil.
Congratulations to Esau, though, man. He did a good job.
You did a good job of fucking up the earth, man.
Yep, you did a good job of being the devil. Okay, and
we're gonna end it on get where his blessing, because that blessing is pretty much cut off. Genesis, where he got blessed with the fatness of the earth. Yeah, he got blessed with the fatness of the earth and the sword. No, I think 27 was Jacob. 25 might be Esau, because Jacob got blessed too. It was a blessing that Jacob had got.
Genesis 27 and 30. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out of the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting.
Khan, Salakia, you got it.
And he also had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, Let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, Who? Where is he that hath taken venison, and brought it me? And I have eaten all of it before thou camest, and have blessed him.
Now remember, this was Rebecca's doing, right? Because she the one who dressed him up, put the hair, the hair on his arms like Esau. A lot of people thought that a Christian would say that, dog, that was wicked. No, his name means to supplant. This was really the Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's doing, because the Lord never wanted Esau to get the blessing that he gave Jacob. Okay, he wanted them to get what he has now. Go ahead.
And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father,
That was an ancient cry.
Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and had taken away thy blessing.
Yeah, and that was the bidding of the Lord.
That was, man.
That was the bidding of the Lord, because in tradition, the blessing would go to the eldest son, which in this case was Esau. Esau was older than Jacob.
But in this case, the elder shall serve the younger.
Yeah, the Lord didn't want it that way. And it's spiritual, because that was Yahweh Shai too, Isaac. So it's all, it runs deep. Go ahead, keep going.
And he said, Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved the blessing for me?
Yeah.
And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord.
Woo! I have made him thy Lord.
Yep. And all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father?
He wanted something. Give me something. Give me something. Go ahead.
Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above, and by the sword shalt thou live.
And that's how these devils rule, man. How are they?
Gun-toting Edomites,
how are
man.
they ruling the fatness of the earth? They had to rule it somehow.
Yep.
So they got the sword. That's how they were able to overtake Gad, because they had that Gatling gun, which was more powerful than the bow and the arrow. That was an example of the Lord blessing them with that sword, man. Go ahead. Now they got tanks, missiles, the fucking airplanes, jets. They got airplanes and jets that could shoot fucking 1,000 bullets and, you know, I ain't no military expert, but they have the superior sword, man. You know? They got the superior sword.
And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Yep. So he, you know, he was upset, and he's still trying to. That's why they come in. That's why Esau comes at Jake like that, because they still upset about the birthright, man. But the birthright, the Most High didn't want them to get it. He never wanted them to get it. That's why he set it up with Rebecca like that with Isaac. Okay, they were never meant to get it. Look how they do when they get a blessing. Look around. This is a concrete jungle filled with wickedness. Okay, in the kingdom of heaven, when Jacob is in power, it's not gonna be like this, man. It's gonna be a paradise. Okay, and that's the times we waiting on, man. So with that, all right, we're gonna close up. All praise, honor, and glory is due to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakodash. All right, double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit once again. Peace and blessings and salutations to the elect. All right, Lord willing, you brothers will edify. Lord willing, we'll see you next week. Shalom.
Shalom.